There are so many bogus, outplayed, overdone, ridiculous, nonsensy things that happen over on Instagram. You don't even want to get me started. But I am started, so let's go. For small business owners, it is too much out there. There are so many things that we are doing or we're seeing that we think, should I be doing that? Should I be doing that? I'm gonna tell you, no, you shouldn't be doing that. Let's talk about what you shouldn't be doing. Let's start with the number one thing that you should not be doing, which is the strategic follow unfollow. I am so reluctant to even put this out there as an option because Lord knows it's horrible. People still do it. The platform still penalizes people for it in a variety of ways, but it is still happening, and that is the follow unfollow. Follow unfollow is a growth strategy where you follow people and then after a week or so, you unfollow all of those people. And the reason to do this is because most people feel a compulsion to follow you back. So when you follow them, then they follow you back. That's just a natural course of events. Now, of course, follow unfollow has seen its day. There was a time at which that worked really well. There are several influencers and people like that who have done follow unfollow and still do follow unfollow in order to grow their audiences. It's bogus. Don't do it. It does not grow genuine audiences. It doesn't. It does not help you make money. It helps you have a high fan count. In all reality, the most important thing is to have fans that are real so that you can actually for real make money for real and not just have people who have accidentally really followed you and they don't even know who you are and they have no reason to be there. That is not a thing you want to do. You are a small business. You do not have time for that. A, you don't have literal time to be scoping people out and following a bunch of people for no reason. And then also going back and unfollowing all of those exact same people for no reason. That is a highly unnecessary thing. Don't do it. It's bad. It's bad and it's a waste of time because it doesn't work. Like it works sometimes and sometimes it just doesn't. It's just a massive waste of time. Okay. So don't do it. Second massive thing that hopefully you're not doing, but I would bet you are, is posting massively inconsistently. I have, of course, fallen prey to this one myself. I have not fallen prey to follow unfollow. I don't do that at all. But the massively inconsistent posting, meaning that you post all the time for months in a row and then nothing, or you post nothing and then like you have a spattering of posts because you hired an intern who worked for you for 3 months and they posted for you consistently for 3 months and then they stop working for you because that's what interns do after 3 months and then you don't have any posts. Okay, so that was like I was super consistent and the algorithm got reliant on me and I totally understood what I was doing and then I stopped. Either way, whether it is posting sporadically because you just don't know what to post or going on binges essentially and posting a lot and then falling off of a cliff and not posting at all. When you're a small business owner, neither one of these is a great option, right? I'm not saying that you should just like delete your Instagram account if you are doing the inconsistent posting thing. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm actually saying is that I would rather you develop a real 2 or 3 times a week consistent posting, 2 or 3 times a week, not 2 or 3 times a day, 2 or 3 times a week, just to get yourself consistent. Maintain a steady posting schedule. It doesn't matter how frequent it is, as long as it's steady. Okay, wait, I said it doesn't matter. And I know somebody out there is like, okay, well, I'll post once a month. Maybe not once a month, maybe more than that, but steady. It's the idea. Being consistent is good. Being inconsistent is bad. It's very bad. So make sure that if you are using any social media platform, but especially Instagram, that you don't get lost in the shuffle because they are all run on algorithms and the algorithms like consistency. They do not like inconsistency. They will like eventually, if you try to use the stop start model, which again, there are people out there who teach like, oh, you should, in order to get the best of the algorithm, post super heavily and then go away for a while and go dark and then come back. And then like when you come back, they're going to show your stuff to everybody. Okay, that might work like once, but it ain't gonna work all the time. You know why? It's a machine. Like the machine gets smarter. That's the beautiful thing about the algorithm, is that it's learning. It is learning. And so if you do this sort of behavior and it learns, it will end up penalizing you for that. And you don't want that. And also, we small business owners, who of us has time to be playing like that? How likely is it that you take that break and you don't come back at the time you were going to surprise be back on the platform? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking at you. You was going to try that and then you just fell off for 3 whole months. And then, well, when you came back, it wasn't like surprise. It was more like, ooh. And so let's not play games with the algorithm. Okay. Let's just give it consistent content and be good citizens. The third bad thing, leave it behind, not doing it anymore, is ignoring comments. So, ignoring the comments section of your Instagram is horrible. But ignoring comments in general is also really bad. So, I'm going to put this as a two-parter. So, ignoring your own comments and your own posts. Boo, don't do that. Whenever people are commenting, you can delete the spam because spam is bad. And I have several posts out there that I'm not ignoring the comments on, but I notice, oh, they're just spam. And so what I need to be doing as a business owner is culling those, like maybe once a week, going through my posts and deleting all of the spam comments, mostly because they just kind of look crappy, right? Like they look bad. It looks like you're ignoring your comments when you have a bunch of spam comments and you haven't deleted them. So delete them, block those people, whatever you got to do. But pruning your comments for bad comments, for spam comments, that's always useful. But then in addition to that, whenever someone is commenting on your thing, you should comment back. Unless, of course, it's one of those, I'm just commenting to say I commented kind of posts, in which case you may ignore it. But even still, I would say you don't know if someone was putting in a good faith effort to actually comment or not. So go ahead and comment back and respond to that person. You could be building a relationship there and you don't want to leave that opportunity behind. Go ahead, make a comment back when someone comments on your content. In addition to that, the second part of this is you should not ignore comments, meaning that if you're following people, you should be commenting on their content. As small business owners, I know the temptation is just to be on Instagram, to check your own stuff and to ignore everybody else. But I would encourage you to spend some time, not a ton of time, not all of your time, but some period of time on the platform, actually commenting on the people who you like and the people who you share audience with. So if there are other industries where you have overlapping audience interests, then you should be commenting in those people's comment section. Real comments, not spam, not come like my stuff. That's annoying. Don't do that. But just making real comments and actually engaging in other people's content. Every single platform is run on some sort of karma. I know that sounds weird, but essentially the algorithms are kind of created as karma cycles. And so what we want to do is give the thing that we need, and it works pretty much everywhere. If you are a good person and you're doing the right things with your comments, with your engagement, you will start seeing some return on that investment of time. It just takes a little bit of time for that to happen, but it does work. Comment for real, make real, insightful comments, not just heart, 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 or laughing emojis constantly. Like actually make some sort of comments that are useful to people, useful to yourself, useful to other people in the comment section. Answer people's questions. I am a huge fan of doing that. I love scrolling the comments to like see if anyone has a question on something, especially if it's something I know I can answer the question on. I do that constantly. And that means my comment will be always on. It'll be accurate, relevant, and it'll be, great timing for that person because they actually had a question about a thing. And a lot of people don't read their own comments, and especially really large like entrepreneurs and businesses, they don't read their own comments. And so go through, read other people's comments and actually comment and answer questions and help people out. It's a really good strategy. So don't ignore the comments. Leave ignoring comments in 2020 and bring your comment face to 2021. Okay, bring it. Another thing that we are leaving behind in 2020 is stock photography. Oh dear God. I am a huge fan of stock photography, a huge fan. I am not saying that it is bad. I love Canva and I love using me a Canva image. But if your entire feed for your small business is stock photography, bad, 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 bad. We need to make sure that we are using stock photography sparingly if we can, which actually we all can. If anything, I'll just give you this. If you're going to use stock anything, use stock video and not stock photography, because stock photography is just half the time it just doesn't resonate with your audience, and they're seeing those same images on other people's posts on a regular basis. So if you're going to use anything, use stock video. At the very least, you can add context to it and make it a part of a narrative or a part of a story. It doesn't have to be like the image, which is basically the entire story, the entire narrative. It's just not a good look. So make sure you're leaving all that massive amounts of stock photography. 8 out of 10 of your posts are stock photography. It should be more like 2 out of 10 of your posts are stock photography, making sure that you're using real photos of yourself. And if you need to, go ahead, hire someone to create stock photography for your company. It really isn't as expensive as you think. Like, I am not kidding you, a few $100s, you can get custom stock photography done for your own business. And then you can use those images over and over and over again. It is genius. The last thing that we are leaving behind, deuces to 2020, leaving back there, is ignoring the needs of your audience and ignoring their values and ignoring their motivations. Basically, posting without caring about what your audience thinks about what you're posting. I am in love with not caring about what people think about you. I have told all of the children in my life that no one is paying attention to you. Stop caring what they're thinking about you. And I really do believe that. But as a small business owner, this is not about caring about what people think about you. It's actually the reverse, and it's caring what you think about other people. Really? Like, you have to spend a good amount of your time and energy and effort as a small business owner standing in someone else's shoes. Half of our job, if not more than half of our job, is empathy. So it's not about you, which, hey, not caring about what people think about you is exactly meaning it's not about you, but instead caring about them, caring about what they think about themselves. That is so important. Empathizing with where someone else is. If you, as a small business owner, can learn empathy, you will have so much better, feed. Everything about your business will be better because you will stop making everything about you. Nobody cares about you. And it doesn't mean that they don't want your products and services. It doesn't mean that they don't want to know when you're doing well in your life, or that they don't want the details about your puppy. They may want all of those things, but they want them all in the context of their own lives. Nobody cares about you. They care about themselves. And so for your Instagram feed, I'm going to need all of us to stop thinking that people care about you. Like, they don't care about your color scheme. They don't care. You are not an influencer. You are a small business owner. Your color scheme doesn't matter to them. What actually matters is their problems and their issues and their needs. And if you're solving for their problems and their needs and their issues, and you're sitting in their seats and wondering, why are they on Instagram? What do they want right now? What is their issue on a Tuesday afternoon in September? What do they care about? If you start looking at your Instagram and all of your other marketing from that perspective, you win. And that's what we're doing going forward. We're not playing the game of, okay, how do I look and what do I want and how do I feel? Nobody cares about you. It is about them. How do they look? How do they feel? What do they care about right now? And so everything that you do, every post that you make, I want you to think about them. Right? So your digital marketing, your Instagram going forward in 2021 and beyond is all what about them. We are leaving behind self-centered marketing in 2020. Can we? Can we all agree? That would be fantastic. Okay, y'all, that is it for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you want more nuggets like this, then continue following, because that's all we do here. Check out one somewhere around here. There will be another video for you to watch where you can learn more about developing strategy, about the do's and don'ts of Instagram or whatever other platform you love and want to learn more about. And if you want more information and educational information from myself, or from the company that I work for, have built with my own two hands, then you can check us out at prmresults.com, and there will be a link to that somewhere else. We are an educational company that works specifically with educating small business owners on what you need to know in order to effectively and impactfully do your digital marketing. Okay, that's it for today, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.